Hi, welcome to the Motion Picture Notion. I'm your host, Gabriel Burton, and today I'm going to talk about Captain America Civil War. First off, I'd just like to say that I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I actually liked it better than the Avengers. The thing that really blew my mind about the movie is the fact that they incorporated so many different characters. And I mean, apart from like a few nitpicky things here and there, it worked. I mean, like, every single character that they put in that movie was very well utilized. I will say that Ant-Man, for example, I felt he was a little bit rushed, like the way they introduced him into the Civil War movie, because if you actually watch the movie Ant-Man, he is trying to not be a criminal. He's trying to stay out of jail so that he can get partial custody of his daughter and be able to see her. So I don't really think that he would have been like so quick to just, jump on the yay Captain America team and join them. However, again, fact of the matter is they had a bajillion characters in this movie. And besides that, everything afterwards involving Ant-Man was fucking awesome. Peter Parker, I would say that he was a little rushed. Actually, it was from Peter Parker on that the movie, I think, really started to pick up, because the kid who played him was just, like, perfect. We have, in the past 14 years, seen 2 reincarnations of Spider-Man, both of which were an origin story. Enough. Like, I'm happy that they didn't go into the origin story. He is already Spider-Man, and I am fine with that. So, as far as that being rushed, whatever, man. They did good, and then all the scenes with Spider-Man, much like Ant-Man after the fact, were fucking great. The interaction between the characters was great. The writing was great, as always. The script is a lot darker, and I was actually a little bit worried about it initially, because the first, I want to say, like, hour of the movie, it is really a Captain America movie. It has a lot to do with, like, Bucky, and Captain America trying to keep Bucky, from getting killed. There's a bunch of people that want him killed, including, like, the Black Panther. Also a really good character, and his little mini origin story within that movie was perfect. It was enough, and he's just such a badass. But that first hour, where it's really a Captain America movie, and you're following him, and it has to do with Bucky a lot, and this is before a lot of the other characters, like, come into play, it is very dark. And not in, like, a bad way, but, like, it deals with a lot of depressing issues, like, the collateral damage of pretty much every fight that the Avengers have ever had. And it's sort of weighing on them. I mean, all of them, but especially, like, Tony Stark. And then you get John Hurt back into the picture, the dickhead from the Incredible Hulk. He basically wants, like, the United Nations to have the final say in what, the Avengers do. And right off the bat, you can kind of not trust him. You understand where, like, Robert Downey Jr. is coming from, because, he's got all this guilt, like, weighing heavily on him for all the destruction that they've caused in the past. But you don't trust John Hurt. And that's sort of where, like, Tony Stark and Captain America, Steve Rogers, like, have their tiff, because it's sort of like, no, like, if we operate as our own unit, as the Avengers, we know one another, we trust one another, we can have each other's back, we know when to act. Governments always have an agenda, and there will come a day where, maybe we could have helped, but they're going to tell us not to, or one day they're going to have us try and, like, kick in a door for the wrong reasons, Watching the movie, yes, I am more on Captain America's side, but I'm here to tell you right now that if I was feeling the same things that, like, Tony Stark was feeling, I'd be in his boat. It really takes the simplicity of what has always been the superhero movie, like, this is good, this is evil, and it just blurs everything. Anything that you decide to do, okay, is going to have a consequence. It's inevitable. And when you soup yourself up and you build yourself up so that you can fight other people and you can win, somebody who doesn't agree with you is going to push it even further. And in between your problems together, there are going to be casualties. It's a war, a civil war, if you will. From the Peter Parker point on, the movie really picks up. The action is great. Like, the scene where the Avengers are, pitted up against one another, and they are evenly matched, and they are running at each other. Like, I had, like, my arm around my girlfriend. Yeah, I was like sitting like this. I was like, oh my god. I felt for all the characters, and I liked all the characters, and I didn't want to see any of them get hurt. There was never a point in the movie where I'm like, oh, that guy's just a dick. I really hope they kill him. No. Like, I cared about all of these people, and I understood all of their perspectives. And I think that, like, in terms of being thought-provoking and really doing something new, I think it exceeded the original Avengers movie. I am actually really looking forward to seeing it again, because I think that I will enjoy it better the second time around. Because like I said, for that first hour, and in retrospect, I'm happy that they took that first hour to really set things up. Because, you know, all the fun of the story would have been really meaningless if they hadn't taken that, like, hour to, like, really play up what is going on. So, going back and watching it again, I will actually probably like it even better. And if you haven't seen it already, definitely go out and see it. Because it's worth it to see it on the big screen. Holy shit. Civil War. Damn. And that's all she wrote.